4, 3, 2, 2, 1. What's going on, y'all?
You know
What's up?
You know what that reminds you of, man?
What?
Because every time you say that one, I want to go hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha!
You know what I mean? Then I'm thinking of the public. Yo, check it out, man. I posted, and some of y'all seen it out there. I posted a live version. I told you this of a Public Enemy's "Welcome to the Territory" with a live band. And the thing that struck me was that Professor Griff still looked like the 5 fingers of death when he came in there. That's when W staying up there straight there with the karate kicks and everything. I'm like, man, Griff is that dude still. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, "Welcome to the Territory" was just that joint for me. But I digress.
Yeah, Professor Griff with his 4'2" butt. Anyway, but check it out, man.
Tell him that to his face.
I will not do that. I will do that from the safety of the internet. If Professor Griff walked in here with his little butt, I would be like, yes, sir. No, I did not say that. That was my twin brother, sir. But anyway, you're listening to or you watching this.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year, y'all.
You got a little thing on your internet called the Cipher. I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man Muff. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well, man. Hanging in there, just trying to, you know, start a new year. There's a lot of good music that I'm excited that's going to be coming out this year.
Yes, sir.
Some hotness we've already heard. We're going to be reviewing some hotness right about now.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we got some special guests, man. Cue them up, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, as one of our New Year's resolutions, we wanted to make sure we brought the music to y'all. And one of the reasons, or one of the ways we're going to do that, is bring the people right to you on these segments.
That's right.
Now, the first person I'm going to introduce to y'all is none other than my man, Neal Mack.
Neal Mack.
He is the CEO of No Writers Block Publishing, the winner of the Video of the Year from WBLK, the nominee of the Artist of the Year from WBLK, and also has the Video of the Week from WBLK. And if you guys are familiar with WBLK, go on WBLK.com, get all the information right there. And sitting right next to him is a local hero, my man, you know what, Charlie Fisher. Charlie Fisher. He's a local activist here in Western New York. It is an honor to introduce you to these people out here. If you're not familiar with him, Google him. Just Google him, all right? And he's also the host of the Charlie Fisher Show right here in Buffalo on WUFO. That's right. Every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. If you guys aren't familiar with it, go on WUFO.com. You can hit it. They get it streaming live every Tuesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Now, Mr. Charlie Fisher, let me open up the floor to you real quick. Tell us a little bit about your show and what you talk about on your show.
Well, basically, the program is the community coming together. The key Swahili word is shamba.
Shamba. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Shamba.
All right.
And
All right.
The Shamba Fest is a gathering together. Well, we started with a simple program talking about issues. And then all of a sudden, people started coming in by the numbers. And then we got the good sense to have a genius like Neal Mack, who basically is heading up our technology effort. And he started performing. And it just was like electricity. We have never been the same since. And as a result of that, we decided to open our arms. You know how when you go in the community and people say, go over here, you can get help, and go there, and you just get bounced around? We just said, no more. Whoever comes to us, the virtual door is open, and we're going to handle business. So the Shamba Fest brings, and we're going to be at Turner Carroll starting on the 25th. So we will no longer just be in the studio. So we hope to have hundreds of people to come out, whatever the need, whatever the issue, whatever the concern, school, whatever the problem. We are going to have our doors open. So it'll be a live show. We'll be videotaping it. We're streaming live video and audio. But most importantly, when we do the Shamba Fest, we're saying, let's help whoever's there. And so we hope hundreds of people will come out and be part of that. That's just our little part of the contribution for this community.
This is going to be crazy on the 25th, man. We'll be at Turner Carroll. You know, we're
going to alma mater, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. See, now you got to get, and the Cipher is going to be there. So, and all the people that watch the Cipher definitely come in live. You can maybe be a guest on the show. Maybe not. But still come out, you know, come out to Turner Carroll on the 25th, and also on the 17th. We're having a Martin Luther King Day, I Am Willie Lynch tribute.
Yeah.
Right?
And on the 17th at 230 Moselle at the Crucial Center.
Right.
Which we teach music and hip hop there. So it'll be a lovely time on the 17th to come out, man, and enjoy yourself.
And before we get into our review, I just want to ask you, tell them a little bit about, because the first time I really heard of this brother, I was checked out his video. Tell us a little bit about your video, man. You can catch it on YouTube too, but tell us about your video.
Yeah, well, my video,
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, my video is it's called "We Gon' Get It," and produced by DJ Green Lantern, and it was a beat that was given to me, you know, by somebody on Green Lantern's camp, Q Boogie. You know, another artist that I want you to get into. You know, and the video, Mike Villapiano directed it. My man, give a shout out to Mike Villapiano at Creative Concepts. You can go on the internet and check all of our trailers, our videos, and also the commercials that we did. But we had, you know, I didn't like the beat at first, as far as for myself. I thought it was a cool beat to listen to, and I used to freestyle the same song every time I you know, it would play, and I try to go on to the next. We're on the writing session. You know, my team said, "Listen, yo, go back to that song you always flip." I said, "No, this commercial." I said, "You know, I don't do commercial. I do revolutionary underground music. That's my style. I don't do commercial. It's commercial to me." And it's like, "No, it's raw. You make it gutter. You take the commercialism out of it. It's a commercial beat, but you need to, you know, the way you come off of it." So I started thinking about it, and you know, we had the concept of, you know, judging a book by its cover, and the stuff currently, the video represents the stuff that I'm going through currently with my father and the police brutality in Buffalo, New York. My father was a victim of police brutality. All right, he was beaten up by the cops very severely, you know, and harassed. And another cop, Carol Horn, she also got, she was involved. She saved my father's life. So since then, I'm my father's namesake, and I'm an activist, and I was working for the city of Buffalo at the same time. So I was being harassed by the police at the same time, and they were trying to profile me and my father in the newspaper, you know, as criminals, as drug dealers, and so on and so forth. So when we get profiled, I would get stopped by the police. I'd be at the corner. You know, I have a lot of storefronts because I have my own line of incense. Watch out for the incense, LR Creation Graphics. We got our new incense. We got Willie Lynch incense, Obama incense. You know, Michael Jackson. So, you know, I'm at the stores. I got like 300 storefronts in the city. So any storefront I go in, I can stand and I give out dialogue, CD. I sell CDs, my incense or whatever, and I'm good at every store. So I'm on a block with the hip hop demeanor as the Buffalo police profile as criminal activity. So they would try to come up on me, you know, try to arrest me, and they can't, you know, because I'm not selling drugs, I'm selling hope. And then I'm not panhandling because I'm selling my own music. So I'm bootlegging myself. There's no way you can do anything for somebody selling his own creation by law. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't out here selling hope again, my hope. You better sell hope. So you better not be out here selling no hope again.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not selling
dope. Get your hands against that wall.
I'm selling hope, not dope, you know, but it's still a problem for them because I'm more... I'm more of a problem when I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm an activist, when I'm actively using my mind, I'm a college student. So when I'm actively using my mind and I'm being an asset to my people, my community, and I'm using that same savvy that we might have, you know, selling drugs or whatever the case may be, with that same demeanor, you know, doing what I do. So if I'm gonna be a bully out in the streets, I learn how to be a bully in the office. I learn how to be, I learn how to hustle and flip. Now I flip my music, so I move rhymes like weight. You know what I'm saying? So then that's my whole, that's my whole plan. You know, so the video concept came from people judging a book by its cover. So when you see me on a block, you see a black male with a fitted on. That don't mean he's engaged in criminal activity. You know, so we had a visual, and it looked in the beginning of the video, so it looked like I was selling crack. You know. Or making some crack.
I was gonna ask you about that. It was like I didn't want to give the video away, but you know, it was a very interesting.
Yeah, I mean the video. You know, the video starts off with somebody.
I thought it was great.
Right. You know, coming with basically the FBI watching us, which they do. They take pictures and try to implement us and do things. So they watching us outside the house. True story. And they taking pictures of him with my man walking in the house. But he's on my team, my business team. So obviously I'm in the kitchen. You know, you going through the house. I'm in the kitchen. I'm on the phone handling some business. I was on the phone with Charlie Fisher at the time. Right. I'll call you back because my buddy walking in. You know, I'll call you right back. So I'm in the kitchen, right? I asked him to go, could you go grab that for me? So automatically.
What's that?
what's that?
Yeah.
So he goes to the store. I was in the kitchen.
Right.
He goes to the store, grabs some baking soda for me. You know, but they clipped to another part. But he was actually grabbing some other things. But they just seen him going grabbing a baking soda.
Yeah,
right.
That's all they saying.
Oh, well, Neal, why don't you tell the people real quick where can they check out your video?
Well, you can check out the video at Neal Mack Music at yahoo.com. You know, you can go on Yahoo now and check videos out. You can go to Facebook and check videos out. You can also go to YouTube and WBLK.com. And the video will be on a playlist.
Okay.
And if you Google me, if all else fails, just Google Neal Mack, NealMack, and all my stuff will come up.
Neal. That's
Neal, not an I, because you're going to get somebody.
I'm the Neil guy.
Yeah, you know that'll definitely give people a wrong impression, because a guy with some blonde hair and blue eyes might pop up.
Oh,
That's not Neal Mack.
That's not Neal Mack.
All right.
That Neal Mack anyway.
So definitely, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, the video was hot. It's crazy. Produced by DJ Green Lantern.
Okay.
Directed by Mike via piano.
Okay.
I got cameos from my man Ro in there. He's one of the lead actors in there. You know, I got my wife inside the video. My pop. You know, and then my nephew. That was my nephew Javon at the end of the video.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So maybe we can get a little cameo on your next video or something like that.
Definitely.
Make sure you catch my good side. You know.
Now it's official. So he said he got us. Y'all say it's official.
All right. Now,
you know, so we ain't on there, but a year later say, "Look, man, yo,
I'm gonna have
what happened? Y'all supposed to get Cipher, man."
Yeah, we're gonna have the Cipher.
All right, but we are honored to have y'all in the booth with us today. We are very honored to have both y'all in here with us. And obviously, if y'all want to comment on anything y'all see on these segments, make sure you hit us up on kidandmuff44@gmail.com. You can also hit us up on Facebook. We are the Cipher Crew. Again, that is kidandmuff44@gmail.com. The one thing I want to get in today, real quick.
What you want to get into?
I want to get into a couple EPs, if you don't mind.
Come on, man.
All right.
Man.
Obviously, we all know hip hop.
Yeah.
We all know underground. I want to talk about a young man by the name of Illa J.
Okay.
Now, Illa J has a new EP out.
He has a new 4 Past Midnight, new EP produced by Young RJ. Now check this out.
Okay.
When first of all, I thought that Illa J, because he does produce, he does get on the boards. I thought initially when I first heard the EP that it was produced by said artist. Okay. But obviously the Young RJ. So I say, who is Young RJ? He's one of those guys like you've heard a bunch of his music before, but didn't know that was him.
Right.
A lot of Slum Village stuff. You know what I'm saying? The BR Gunna stuff with him and your man Black Milk.
Yes, sir.
What I thought was interesting too. I looked at it was basically a YouTube clip.
Okay.
About Young RJ, and what he said was this. Now understand, and for those of you who don't know, Illa J is Jay Dilla's little brother. Okay, and we've talked extensively about Jay Dilla, so I want to make the show about Jay Dilla. All I gotta do is check the archives.
Rest in peace, Jay Dilla.
Yeah, really, right?
Yeah.
Ain't that the cliche? Rest in peace, JD. But that said, because he's a young cat, and he reminds me of his brother in terms of doing some innovative things for a young cat. And this is one thing I will say about Dilla.
Okay.
Is that if we talked before about how when this guy was 17, 18, 19 years old, he was over there producing for Tribe. In fact, one of Tribe Called Quest's best songs, I thought, Get a Hold, off the Beat, Rhymes, and Life album was one of the illest beats out there.
Right.
Not to mention the Janet Jackson, You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone beat, with Q-Tip on there. So that's all Dilla. Moving on, obviously Jay Dilla passes, Illa J picks up the pieces here. He puts out an album using his brother's beats.
Correct.
Right? And I thought it was a well-done album with those brothers beats, because after Jay Dilla died, there's been a bunch of people using Dilla beats spitting over him. You know what I mean? So after a while, when you hear somebody spitting over Jay Dilla beats, it's kind of like, I'll start yawning sometimes, like, here we go again. It's been there, done that. I got just about a lot of the stuff he's done. But there were some beats on that album, the Yancey Boys album, that I had not heard before. Okay. So that said, moving on to 4 Past Midnight thing, Young RJ teamed up with Black Milk. Now this is what Illa J said. This is what I was getting at with the video that Illa J had put out. He was saying that if there was a producer that could carry the torch of his brother, I thought automatically it was going to be Black Milk, because I thought that's who he was going to say. I'm a Black Milk fan, big time.
Oh, big time.
You know what I mean? I'm sure he is too, but he said really Young RJ. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay.
What did Young RJ do? So I started listening to the BR Gunna album, which is the collaboration between Young RJ and Black Milk.
Okay.
Beat-wise, it's a clean. So then you got people like, you got your Frank and Danks on there, the whole camp, everybody that produces on there, you know what I'm saying? That rhymes on that type of thing.
Okay.
This album, though, I thought from a beat perspective, I thought was absolutely off the chain because it's different. And I think there's a movement in hip-hop going on right now, whether it be you listen to Kanye West's album, you even go back a few years ago, the Love Below album by Andre 3000.
Oh, wow,
in terms of, you know,
album,
so I mean, you're seeing hip-hop really going to a different direction. And I'm not even going to call it emo, Matt, because what happens is when you start hearing different things, people tend to label it. And put it in a box. Oh, this is emo. No, it ain't emo. It's just growing in a different way. Nobody said that when Prince came out in the early 80s with that different type of music that had equal parts rock, new wave, and funk. They didn't say Prince was doing X, Y, Z. They let Prince be Prince. You know, so that's what you hear with the Illa J album a little bit. Illa J does a little singing, he harmonizes. You know, he's not the best singer, he's not the best rhymer, but he fits for what it is that he does. Those beats are banging. Even in fact, the second song on there. I forget the name escapes me. At any rate, I'm not gonna spend all day trying to find the song. Anyway, the second song on there's a Prince type of beat on there. You can hear it the way it knocks. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that it was absolutely great. I thought every single beat on there was absolutely crazy to where I can't wait for him to come on a full like that with him and Young RJ. Young RJ is dope like that.
No,
I'm like, man.
And if you heard what Illa J said, he said, I'm Jay Dilla's brother, and if anybody that can pass the torch on, he ain't say itself.
No.
He said
Young RJ.
Young RJ.
Yes.
You know, and that's a tribute for you know, to say something about that your brother is passed.
Yeah.
You say that this kid is like,
and he said it on Humble too.
Yeah,
Wasn't even like he was
No, he wasn't. He wasn't even trying to big dude up to make him sound more than he was. Or that. I think it was very I feel he was very humble. You know, he said people, you know, think I'm stupid when I say, not stupid, but they think I'm crazy when I say something like this. But I mean, I think it's recognizing good music. Recognizing good music and knowing that good music, you know, can last long, even if somebody else was not you. You know,
Exactly. Go ahead.
Okay, just one thing before you go into me, because I just thought about this. The one beat that Young RJ did when I did some research to really who this guy was, and I started, you know, trying to marry the producer with the beat. It was this remix that Slum Village did with Rihanna Benson, who's like this neo soul type of artist. Rihanna Benson. And tell me, it's called I want to tell you how I feel. I want to show how I feel with Dwele. Okay, and that beat is the remix. That's his beat. That's Young RJ on the boards. If you know what I'm talking about, Neil. That drum was a little crazy. And in fact, I used to them little mixtapes we used to do back in the day, used to have it on there. You know what I mean? That's been out for several, you know, at least half of the decade.
And it kept circulating. It was like circulating. Those good songs. You know, you good song, it kept circulating. I think it was on a couple different mixtapes too. It was on that one. Then they put it on some other ones. It was just a good song to keep circulating.
Absolutely. So
that's what's up.
As you were saying?
Well, I was just gonna comment on something that you said. It was funny that you said Prince, because I was listening to the Yancey Boys, and the Yancey Boys, I think, had almost like an 80s, almost Prince type feel to it. That's why I love that album so much. And another thing that I love about Illa J is that his style is all over the place. Lyrically, I mean, Yancey Boys, I mean, he was singing. I mean, like you said, he's not the most talented singer. And the one thing that I love about him, he didn't try to put any effect on his voice.
He knows what he is.
There was no mapping. There was no trickery over his voice. It was just him just singing. There was no auto-tune on his voice. It came out in November of 2008, I do believe, and it's just a brilliant album.
The Yancey Boys.
The Yancey Boys. There's a very smooth, very classic. I'm not gonna say it's a classic, but it's a very classy type album. So I suggest anybody check it out. Now the latest one, which is 4 Past Midnight, is a more of a type of crazy beat, just hit you, smack you right in the face. And the concepts of this album, and you know what the thing is, I love EPs, and the reason why I love EPs is because it seems like it takes a little bit of the artist's brain and puts it right there smack in front of you, and you just get their thoughts, you just get their ideas funneled in this little piece, and that's why I love this project. The beats were crazy. I thought conceptually it was crazy. And like I said, lyrically he is all over the place. Like I said, in Yancey Boys he was singing. On this one he's rhyming. He has the choppy type of Midwest type of style that we've talked about many times in this forum. And also, you know, he's also very poetic. Like you said in the second track, I can't remember it either, but he's more like just reciting poetry than spitting over the beat. It's just very, very poetic. I love this album. I'm a Illa J fan. I mean, what do you?
Well, I mean, it's weird to try to give 5 stars, mics, what have you, for EP, for a 4-song EP. right?
It's kind of like cheating a little bit.
Yeah, it's cheating like, you know, come on, man. Put that filler in. You know you got some filler you to put on that album.
Right.
Don't lie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Put 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Usually to give us that hardness, man. But if this is a preview to an album that he has coming out, because typically that's what EPs are, is a preview to some great album that's going to come right after.
If it's not done yet, or they just want to see the response and get it out.
And maybe, you know, that's a good point,
because
the fact that he put that out, those 4, he wants to get a response, because this is a different type of hip hop album. I ain't going. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And he may say, "Well, I'm gonna put it out there like this. It's not gangster. It's not emo. It's not. It is what it is.
It's not conscious. I think you got a little feel of. I think he kind of came almost how Kanye came, because Kanye is one of the only dudes. He may talk about shooting somebody, but it's in a different way. When it's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's context.
It's context. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think he more went that type of way. I think that's a good way to keep yourself open to doing other things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And like we said numerous times on this forum, it's like this is like the evolution of what hip hop's becoming, and it's a great thing that you said that, you know, we don't want to put it in a certain category. We're just going to say this is what hip hop is becoming. This is the evolution of hip hop, and people like Black Milk and people like Illa J, and you know, these people are going to be the future of hip hop, and I'm loving it. If this was an album, I would give it at least 3.5.
3.5. Oh, I go 4 on that.
Woo!
3.5. I will go 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Man, because you know me.
I'm more with you. I'm more with you. You know, 3.5. 3.5.
3.5. But anyway, we're a little bit limited on time, so there's another thing I want to talk about really quick.
Which one?
I want to